How's everybody doing? My name is Mike, and we got Mr. Iroh with us today, and he's looking good. He's hanging out on place, and we just got done going for a little walk with him. And so what we're doing out here is, I'm just gonna go ahead and take a seat and kind of chill for a second. What we're doing out here is we're doing basically we're doing place outside, you know. So what this is going to do is going to make it easier for him inside to stay on place, and it's a good way to get your dog desensitized. Now look at the dog right now. Now if you look at him, you can see that he's like, let me back up here. If you see his body, he's sitting, but I mean the only reason he's staying there is because I've taught him place, like, hey, don't leave that bed. Now if you look at his body, he's actually pretty tense. Just because he's sitting doesn't mean he's relaxed. What I'm really looking at, when you look at a dog, when you look at their body, you're looking at eyes, ears, their tail, sitting, standing. So right now that's a little better. See how his ears went back? So if you watch, when he sees something, pretty much anything happening, his ears are going to be more attentive. They're going to go more in an up position. See, that's backwards. If I approach him, his ears are going to stay back like that. Good boy, good place, buddy. His ears are going to stay back. But if he sees something that interests him, his ears are going to go forward like that. Well, no, not like that. Right there, up. You see how his ears are kind of up? That's when he's more likely to actually leave place or break the command. But he's doing a good job. You know, there's like pigeons and stuff out here. There's all kinds of stuff. My neighbor was out, you know, like me, just like waving to the neighbor. It can trigger the dog. The dog's going to want to bark at the neighbor. He was moving his trash and recycling bin down. That makes a lot of noise. That creates a lot of interest for the dog. You know, we don't want dogs alerting on people in your neighborhood who are supposed to be there. We don't want them barking at them. So what we're doing is we're trying to make it easier for him inside. He does a good job inside, but we're also going to make it easier outside for him. So particularly with this dog, what I've noticed is with traffic, he gets real nervous, like to the point where he's staring at the car, will bump into you, stuff like that. So every time I walk him for him to go to the bathroom, we have a command for that. I take him all the way down to a pretty busy road, and we always walk up to that road and back so he can get a few cars going past him and get used to that. That's also why we're out here, is just when you take a dog outside, period, they're going to be more attentive. They're going to be more like this. Inside, if I put him on place, he's going to pretty much lay right down within a minute or two. You see, now his ears are forward, see? It's hard to tell because his ears are a little different than the shape of his ears, but that is pretty much when his ears are up. So that's when he's going to be a little more attentive. Right there, see, his ears are up. For him, they're kind of like to the side, but they're up. That's what you're looking for. So he's going to be more like that out here. He's going to be more excited just by coming outside, just because in my home I have control of the entire house. Like, I'm in control of the environment, you know what I mean? So I control the entire environment when he is in my home. Out here, they know I don't control everything. They know there's dogs over there. They know there's people in all these houses, and cars pulling in and coming out, and cars passing them, the wind, everything. It gets them excited. It stimulates them. The other thing is, they're outside. There's a lot of things for them to smell. Their smell is 10,000 times better than ours. So they can smell everything that's happening in this area, basically. And with the wind, they're smelling things from even farther. So with most dogs that have behavioral issues, what you're going to see is a dog that has no impulse control, meaning the dog sees something that he wants, and then he just kind of goes for it. You know, the dog is more visually oriented on things. So, like, you know, a dog sees the bird and it has to go for the bird. That's why we teach them place. It helps a lot, especially outside. You know, you can come out here and just hang out and chill with the dog. And the more, this is the first time we've done this with him, by the way. The more you do this, the easier it gets. because it's his first time, that's why he's sitting up like that. I also have a long line on him, so I got a bunch of, if you see here, I got a bunch of leash. I got like 30 feet of leash to kind of play with. Place. I just remind the dog what I want him to do. Place. Good place. Good boy. So I want you all also to see too, he's an unaltered male. So if you notice, he actually has an erection. So when they do that, that means that just means he's super excited. So that's what that means. That's a physical sign for me to look for on the dog. When they're excited and they have an erection, that is kind of like, it's kind of like the ears being up. You know, there's more likely something that's going to happen during that time. But a dog who has his testicles is going to have more testosterone, so it's going to have that happen a little more often. But he's doing a really good job. He's just really hanging out, just watching. You know, he's just kind of hanging out, seeing what's in the neighborhood. He's doing a good job. And again, this is his first time out here doing this. We practice this a bunch with the dog inside before we ever bring him outside. But you can see if I were to do this a lot more often with him, you know, he's only had 2 weeks of training. If we come out here and do this a lot more often, he's just gonna hang out, and it's good for him to let the cars go by and stuff like that. Good boy, attaboy, good boy. So if he were to, that's very important part right there. If he were to get up off, I would have to be ready to correct him, and I actually have the leash in the incorrect position right now for me to correct him if he took off. But I would verbally correct the dog for trying to get off of place. Good job, buddy. Good boy. Place. Good boy. Good job. He's doing a good job. You know, dogs, you can't go too fast with them. You really got to ease them into it. We got to teach them. We got to teach them place inside. Hey, place. We got to teach them place inside, and then we can bring them outside. You can't expect the dog to do this outside right away. Good boy. See his ears back? You see that? That means he's good. And see, he's laying there good. And see forward? See that? Forward? Now it's forward. That's back. That's good. That's what we want. When his ears go forward, that's the moment the dog might move. So there's a lot of physical signs that we can look for on the dog, but he's doing a real good job. Let me grab this leash. He's doing a good job. You always got to be prepared for the dog. So if you're ready to correct the dog, if I'm ready to correct him for moving, he's less likely to move. If I'm not ready, if I'm paying attention to the camera and I'm not looking at him and he knows it, he's more likely to try to move. But if I'm sitting here with the leash like in my hand ready to correct him, he's probably not going to move.